Jason Dixon here with Newberger & Company for your Training Tip Tuesday. So one of the things that we've been working on with our clients and friends a lot lately is replacing traditional prospecting behaviors in this environment. And there are some things that we don't have access to now that we used to have access to, and we're talking specifically about networking events. The days of the traditional networking event, at least for now, are over, and they're slowly being replaced by virtual networking events. Now, I'll tell you, I'm very skeptical of this. I wasn't sure how that would go, but I will also say that last night I had the luxury of taking part, and not only taking part, but hosting a virtual networking event. I went into it with a lot of reservation. I had no idea what to expect, but I'll tell you, I can happily report that in a relatively short period of time, we had 102 people register for the event, and at any given point during the evening, we had 85 people moving around through the event. I learned a lot coming out of that event. I want to share a couple of those things with you. So as you start considering your cookbook and your prospecting behaviors and virtual networking as a part of that, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. One, and the first thing simply is you should consider virtual networking. Again, I'll tell you, I was very skeptical. I went into last night not sure, but coming out of there a believer in the fact that virtual networking can work. But there's some things that I learned that will make it even better for next time, and certainly better for you as well. I think the first thing to keep in mind when choosing a virtual networking event is make sure you understand what the logistics or the structure is for the event. So for example, last night, if you imagine 85 people trying to talk and make connections and share information, it wouldn't work. So we happen to be using Zoom as our platform last night, and Zoom has some functionality that allows us to put people into breakout rooms. So we split people up into groups of 6 or 7 or so, gave them some talking points and some ideas to share, and sent them off into the room for 10, 15 minutes at a time for them to talk and share and get to know each other. And then we pulled them back and debriefed a little bit and had some fun, and then put them back in with different talking points. So we built a lot of structure into the event last night that allowed people to make those connections. I think the second thing to keep in mind is preparation, preparing. Just like you would for any other networking event, reach out to the organizer if you can. Find out who's going to be there. Make sure you get a sense of what the attendee list looks like, and do your prep in advance. Same as you would any other event. You want to make sure you're sort of preparing for, and even if you can, setting up conversations so that when you get to the event, you're not forced to make connections there and think about who you want. The third thing is go in very open-minded, because if it works anything like our event worked last night, you're going to find yourself in conversations that may put you outside of your comfort zone. If you think about a traditional networking event, you walk in, you see somebody and you sometimes, probably not you guys, but I know I have this struggle where I'll go talk to that person and I find it hard to break away from them because it's comfortable and I like them and I haven't seen them in a while. The event that we hosted last night, we randomized those rooms. So we forced people into conversations with people that they wouldn't normally get into. They wouldn't go over and find out what that person did or who they are. So they're forced to have those conversations. So I think the third thing that I would suggest is really brush up on your messaging, your 30-second commercial. Make sure you've got that really great pain story to tell, because if virtual networking works like it did last night, you're going to be delivering it a lot more than you may in the traditional environment. Guys, get out there, find those virtual networking events. We're going to be putting on some more since last night went so well. So be checking our pages and our social media for those events that are coming up. For more on this, if there's anything I can help with, or if you want to dig in deeper with some of the things that we did last night, or want to think about putting on your own virtual networking event, I'm certainly not an expert yet at this point, but I do have some ideas. So feel free to reach out to me or any other consultants here at Newberger & Company. Until then, thanks, and have a great day.